the protest groups, I would have to say that the climate change people are really and truly the most dangerous.
And as long as the carbon is in the ground, this struggle is not over.
Anti-capitalista.
The fact that all of you are here is a sign of hope. This is only a part of a much larger global climate movement, a movement for climate and social justice and racial justice. Lützerath, what happens in Lützerath doesn't stay in Lützerath. Germany, as one of the biggest polluters sitting in tree houses, and those who have been defending Lützerath, for example, for years now.
What you guys just saw is Greta Thunberg leading a group of climate change protesters out to protest fossil fuel usage and fossil fuel, let's just say transportation, meaning bringing fossil fuels into Germany. Now, guys, this protest would result in 7 injuries. Now, let me go ahead and get this out of the way now. The reason why the climate change people are so dangerous is not so much the fact that they can get violent, which obviously they did in this entire exchange, but the biggest reason why they're so dangerous is because they're actually going out of their way to put others' lives at risk. Now, guys, the thing is this right here. This time of year, it is January here where I live at, mid-January. Of course, in February, the weather actually gets a lot colder just about everywhere. As a matter of fact, the only time I can think of the state of Florida actually being cold is normally late January or February, at least in my experience. If you guys know anything else, please say something in the comment section. But here's the thing. The thing that you have to understand about this time of the year, especially in somewhere like, say, Europe, is that the winter doesn't exactly go away in the month of March. As a matter of fact, if you live in Eastern Europe or if you live in Western Russia, and this will also include portions of East Germany, then obviously the weather is going to be much, much colder going through all the way to probably about the month of April. And then, of course, it becomes much, much more tolerable then. Right now, this moment in time, Germany has got a bit of a crisis going on where they need actual, let's just say, heat that comes from coal, natural gas, and comes from fossil fuels. The climate change people always find a way of getting away with that. You see, what the climate change people don't seem to understand is that this world, this earth that they claim that they want to protect, has people in it. And a lot of these people are poor people, the same people that they claim that they're fighting for. These poor people normally live in much, let's just say more run-down areas. They live in areas that, quite frankly, are not as well developed. And oftentimes they have to rely on other forms of heat. They can't rely on electrical. It's like, take me, for example, I live in an apartment in a university town. My heat comes from electric. But, of course, if I lived out in the country somewhere, my heat may come from gas. It may come from natural gas, and it may even come from coal, which, by the way, at some point in time, I do plan on moving back to a rural area the hell away from the noise. But obviously, I got to get paid first, which is one of the reasons why I need you guys to hit that like button and go ahead and subscribe so that way I can go ahead and start getting paid for this content. Just figure I'd throw that out there. Fact of the matter is this right here, though. These people right here are putting lives at risk, and, of course, Greta Thunberg, how dare you? That chick right there, of course, is making matters 10 times worse. Speaking of Greta Thunberg, there's a reason why I did not touch the whole Andrew Tate thing. Many people believe that she is the one who got Andrew Tate arrested, and I'm here to tell you right now, not as a guy who is a fan or not a fan of him, just giving you guys a completely unbiased take on that right there. I don't think she's what really and truly got him arrested. I think she simply posted a comment that he responded to, and he stupidly, in my opinion, decided to post a video of him getting pizzas, which, by the way, gave away his location, which eventually led to the Romanian authorities getting him. Now, like I said before, I'm not a fan of the guy. I'm not a fan or hater of the guy. I'm just being completely honest. I don't think it was her that got him actually in trouble. I think it was basically his own stupidity that got him in trouble in that situation. But still, though, innocent until proven guilty. Just want to go ahead and throw that out there. Fact of the matter is that the climate change people, if they get what the hell they want, you're looking at more lives being lost. And with that right there being said, I want to go ahead and give you guys my personal thoughts, not so much on this protest as far as these people causing more and more problems and more disruptions, but we got to go all the way back to what really happened with Germany. You see, Germany kind of put themselves in this situation with Russia when they decided to, let's just say, take more of America's tax dollars. NATO, that thing right there, not America's tax obligation, that sort of thing there.
Is totally controlled by Russia because they were getting from 60 to 70% of their energy from Russia and a new pipeline. And you tell me if that's appropriate, because I think it's not. And I think it's a very bad thing for NATO, and I don't think it should have happened. And I think we have to talk to Germany about it. On top of that, Germany is just paying a little bit over 1%, whereas the United States in actual numbers is paying 4.2% of a much larger GDP. So I think that's inappropriate also. We're protecting Germany, we're protecting France, we're protecting everybody, and yet we're paying a lot of money to protect. Now, this has been going on for decades. This has been brought up by other presidents, but other presidents never did anything about it because I don't think they understood it or they just didn't want to get involved. But I have to bring it up because I think it's very unfair to our country. It's very unfair to our taxpayer. And I think that these countries have to step it up, not over a 10-year period. They have to step it up immediately. Germany is a rich country. They talk about they're going to increase it a tiny bit by 2030. Well, they could increase it immediately tomorrow and have no problem. I don't think it's fair to the United States. So we're going to have to do something because we're not going to put up with it. We can't put up with it, and it's inappropriate.
Now, with all the smoke and all the noise coming from this protest, with all the smoke and all the noise of her being arrested, which, by the way, is probably being done to prop her up a little bit more, which I just don't think it's a good idea to prop somebody up with, obviously, who has Down syndrome. Not trying to say anything against people with Down syndrome, but obviously the left likes to do this. They like to use kids who've got Down syndrome. They like to use kids who are somewhat handicapped to kind of get their agenda and try and kind of get their message across. Greta Thunberg, in my opinion, is nothing more than a tool being used for them. But then again, I may want to keep my mouth shut when it comes to her because God knows what the hell might happen. But then again, at the same time, like I said before, I don't think it was really so much Andrew Tate saying anything to her. I think it was more along the lines of Andrew Tate posting an actual video. Like I said, I'm not going to actually go back into that. But the thing is this right here. Germany at one point in time was getting a lot from the United States, and there was this great big giant argument between Trump and Germany. Let me go ahead and kind of refresh you guys' memory. And this little prophecy has somewhat came true because now Germany has to rely on Russia for just about everything. Now, I'm going to go ahead and make a bold prediction, okay? This is how I'm going to end this video. I personally think at some point in time, Germany is going to be put in a position, and not just Germany, but most of Eastern Europe, where they're going to be reliant on Russia for just about every single thing. I know somebody in the comment section is going to come in here and say, well, Russia's economy has collapsed. Well, Russia's ruble has actually been up during this entire ordeal. And to go on top of this, Russia is leaning into their minerals market, and they're also leaning into a vast oil reserve. So I don't think that Russia is going to experience that big of a downturn just yet. Go ahead and call me stupid in the comment section. I really and truly don't care if you think this opinion is dumb. I'm just making a bold prediction that I think could happen. Of course, if it ends up not being true, then then you guys can come back and get me then. Fact of the matter is this right here. At some point in time, all of Eastern Europe is eventually going to, Germany included, is going to be heavily reliant upon that nation. But still, though, at the same time, though, it does not detract from the whole theme of this video, which is climate change people and climate change protesters. They are, in fact, extremely dangerous and dangerous individuals, and they're also pretty freaking stupid. Do you guys remember that whole incident in Germany where they decided to hold up, I think it was a Volkswagen or it was a BMW plant over protesting fuel, and then they get in there and they don't seem to realize that they can't go to the bathroom and stuff. I mean, these people are stupid. They're not exactly what we call people with minds. They're not exactly people with brains. That is who the hell the climate change people are. And, of course, their actions oftentimes lead to the death of others. Like I said, you're out here protesting the right for poor people to be able to heat their homes. Aren't you people supposed to be in favor of poor people? Like I said, complete contradictory and futile ideology, people. Guys, John Claymore, if you like the content, hit the like button, subscribe, share the video, sign up in the comment section. I want to get you guys' thoughts on this. Also, if you're not subscribed to this channel, make sure you guys hit that red subscribe button. Here is the my Facebook page. Also something else too. Only about 22% of you guys that watch the content subscribe. So make sure you guys do that there, and I'll see you guys later.